Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Fearless Disaster, and we're gonna try and finish Sins of the Times in this video, but I'm also gonna go around, if I can, and get all the cutscenes to open up the districts knocked out.
Who we shooting?
Didn't you hear? We're about to find ourselves in the middle of a race war.
I've seen you shoot. I think I'll be alright.
Hey, with this fucking rifle, I'm Wild Bill Hickok. So, how's the Padre handling all this? You know, the bloody path of mayhem and revenge you've embarked upon?
Still not happy about it. Thinks you're most likely the devil.
You know, I had a look at his service record. Oh, settle down. I was just curious. He was a medic, but he saw action at Klimbaugh with the 614th. He was credited with taking out 2 Kraut tanks on top of the 16 men he shot. A lot of killing for a would-be priest.
That was different. It was during a war.
And this isn't? Look, I'm just saying, we didn't win that war by worrying about hurting someone's feelings. We won it by bombing the Krauts and Nips back to the Stone Age. Padre'd be wise to remember that.
Yeah, maybe. I'll catch you later.
You're not still sore about me looking into the Padre, are you?
I'm
Don't tell me you weren't at least a little curious.
try and knock out most of the opening cutscenes here. I'm also gonna knock out. Oh. Let's what route do I gotta take to do that? Yeah, I figured. We'll get this kickback. Once we go get this kickback, we're gonna go get Barks. And then we'll hopefully opening the rest of the districts up and playing the cutscenes and what have you. Tell me where the wiretaps are so I can do the rest of them off camera. Because it's only showing ones I drive past as of right now. So, sucks that there's not a defend your territory type of deal on here. That would have been a useful mechanic, a fun mechanic to mess with if they did it right.
What's going on? You're gonna need a bigger mattress for all this cash, kid.
Now we're gonna go see Burke. A bit of a drive. Boy, seeing that rain's actually making me a little cold. First thing again, it could be the fact that I'm sweating right now for some reason. Got a bad case of hyperhidrosis. Never been officially diagnosed with that, but I suspect I have it because I sweat way too much when I do sweat. which of course most people know that you start sweating really bad and then you get cold because you're sweating. Definitely unbalanced equation. Go ahead and deliver this back while we're going over here to pick up the kickback. We got the second one knocked out. Now we need one more. And we got them all. Wish that would drop down to one, but it stays the same throughout the whole thing, which is kind of
Area. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
sucky, isn't it? Alright, now let's go do our first little cutscene. Got a ton of them. Different when you play Saints Row. When you play Saints Row the Third, you just take over the territory the enemies are going. Which I kind of hate that. When you play the oh shit. Too many cops nearby.
So pretty.
Now let's go ahead and open this up. Gotta get our briefings.
I don't know how you people live down here. It's hot, it's humid. Most of the time it smells like that goddamn river.
Smells alright to me.
You know what it is. It stinks of mud. Wet, rotten mud. It's been buried down deep for way too fucking long. The Mekong Delta had that same goddamn stench. Hated it then, hate it now.
So, what'd you find out?
Frank Pagani runs Tikfa Harbor. Reports up to Tommy Marcano, and he has a ship called the Tanager, which he uses to smuggle shit in and out of the city. For the past 8 months, he's been making regular trips to Bermuda.
What's in Bermuda?
Not a goddamn thing. He's really been going to Cuba.
Marcano used to run the mob casinos down in Havana.
My assumption is that Frank has been taking whatever is salvageable from the old casinos and bringing it back up here.
That's a lot
I
of
always
effort
try
use some
to,
old tables and slot machines.
assign
Gotta be
districts to
something else
them
going on.
Yeah,
based on
unfortunately, we can't
what I
walk
think
up to Frank
fits
and ask him.
their
He's in Havana now,
their
and he's
first
scheduled to be back
set of
in town
rackets.
soon.
We gotta force him to change his travel
So
plans.
Burke's car guy.
Frank's
I think this is
businesses
the
are centered
district
around
with all the stolen cars and all that.
Look for places that'll support that kind of activity. Once you start taking them down, he'll come home.
All right.
I'll put a tap on the Coast Guard and let you know when the Tanager contacts them.
So now, one car.
Where do you think y'all going?
Yeah, I gotta wiretap all that. Let's go. Got a lot of wiretaps to do before we can hit these spots. Meet him for our next briefing. I must have turned it in there. I think downtown's the one that I usually assign to Vito. It's got the construction site and the bathhouse. Just feels like Dixie territory, so it feels like a Vito thing. Around town doing briefings.
This part of town's run by a man named Tony DeRazio. From what I was able to piece together, he's a real fucking weirdo. Some kind of savant when it comes to numbers.
Then he must be the one who runs Lou Marcano's books.
Runs his books, launders his money. Hell, he even manages Lou's relationships with city officials. It's Tony's job to make sure their asses stay greased.
How do I get to him?
Well, that's where things get interesting. Tony lives in the penthouse on the top floor of the Royal Hotel. Elevator access is restricted, and the rest of the hotel's crawling with Tony's goons.
He's a cubicle
He
monkey.
can't stay up there all the time. I'm gonna need a schedule for when he comes and goes.
I've been watching this cocksucker for a month now, and he's left exactly one time. That was because one of his men fucked up. Took a pipe to the poor bastard's left arm.
Well, looks like he's got a front business he uses to issue bribes and launder Lou's money. And another one that soaks up funds from the city. I hit him. He overreacts, then I get my opening.
And fuck up things between him and Lou in the process. Be careful with this one. Just because Tony's a goddamn spastic doesn't mean he won't cut your balls off if given the chance.
Really?
I love that.
Description.
You don't wear continental clothes or
What
Stetson
do you-
hats.
I'll tell you one doggone thing. It makes me feel good to know one thing. I know
Please don't freaking copyright this video because it's stupid. Okay, we gotta wiretap that area. Now let's go ahead. Actually, you know what? Let's do that mission while we.
You're a country.
That way. Go ahead. Knock out this next mission.
You wear overalls. Big old broke eyes.
Open these up so I can do
And you
the
need a haircut, tramp.
wiretaps
woman, you too.
off camera. Not gonna.
Grandmama,
I'm showed you guys a few here and there, so I'm pretty sure you guys get the idea. There's a ton of these things on here. So, I don't know if you want to sit here and watch me go through and wiretap every single one. If you do want to see me do all that, leave a comment in the comment section. Next time I have something like this in the game, I'll go through each and every one with you guys. So just leave a comment in the comment section if you want me to do that sort of thing.
I got 6 Cadillacs, 5 Lincoln,
Check out the school. See what they're doing to Anna. This Colt is doing to Anna. It's a weird song to be doing this mission, but because I opened all the other stuff, it's gonna. We're still gonna do all the DLCs first.
Look, you can go out and enjoy the woods. You still a tramp. Tramp, Odie, you just a tramp. You were overall.
Goddamn smoke weeds.
Run off something.
Now it's back to serious business. No music. Really wish I could actually.
Hello? Where are you?
God, damn drugs again. Messing with Lincoln's mind.
What the hell? Goddamn drugs are messing with my head. Making me see any of this shit.
Yeah, they are.
How long has that thing been here?
Hey, hey.
Something in the belly. It's like a gift. To a child. Symbol matches the one on Anna. This must be the symbol for the blessing. I think I got enough. All this mansion's the only thing left to check out.
My cargo.
Are you out of your mind?
Yes, he is. Lincoln Clay is definitely out of his mind. I think the last spot I gotta check out, and then after that I think it's the big old boss battle. Back to my thing I said for the comments. Here's a little thing for those who would actually want me to do all these.
right in the head.
How you doing?
And usually when I do all those, I go around and collect all this. But since you guys are watching, I'll wait until off camera to do that.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Are you gonna pay for that?
Holy Jesus, get away from here!
But
Get away from here!
since we did that, now let's go open up the next cutscene. South Downs and I think Frisco Fields are like the last two territories in the game. Wait a minute, though. South Downs, Frisco Fields, and the French Ward. Which before I do the French Ward, I will definitely put a viewer discretion statement in my beginning of my video for the French Ward, because the French Ward's got a lot of nudity in it. Of course, I mean, if you can handle it. You know, some of the stuff I don't, that they put in these games, I don't understand how they're able to. Now, since this is an area I don't normally visit, doing this now. Let's go get our last briefing. Yeah, that car looks like shit.
Happy to see this.
There's our last briefing all the way down here. That must be in the tunnel. Wish I could make sound effects like Michael Winslow. That would be pretty cool. And interesting for you guys to listen to.
You ever heard of Enzo Conti?
Think Sammy mentioned him a time or two?
He's 61, old school mob. Been running Barclay Mills for decades. He started off extorting the railroad and moved on into industrial waste. All the heavy construction equipment and supplies for the casino, steel, concrete molds, that kind of thing, was all brought in via Enzo's trains.
All that shit has to be worth millions. Enzo didn't just hand it over to any cat who walked in the door. Marcano's a felon, so he's got to have a partner, someone who's legit.
If he does, that person's buried deep. I went through the paperwork. It's a goddamn maze.
Which means we need to get Enzo to tell us who it is.
According to my sources, Enzo's not a big fan of the casino. Thinks anyone who's not Sal Marcano's gonna end up getting fucked.
So I might be able to use that to flip him.
Probably have to squeeze him pretty hard, but it's worth a shot. He's still involved in the railroad and has to store all that industrial waste somewhere, so I'd start there.
Once I take his district from him, I'll give him a call from the motel, offer him an out.
And if that fails, you could always give him a Hanoi hangman.
You know, side hobby, I like to occasionally I'll read about like military operations It's just a little. It's not something I do like every day or what have you, but it's a little side hobby that I'll read about here every now and again. And I have no clue
Careful.
what the
Would you watch it, please?
Hanoi Hangman is.
What's that?
Oh, the pub, he was fast.
Hands off.
Of course, Vietnam's one area that I didn't really read too much about. My the main areas that I read about are World War II and the current wars around us. I'll read little stuff about that. If you guys are interested in reading something, the thing that cracks me up to read about, it's called the Ghost Army. It's operation that they used artists and stuff in World War II to blow up tanks and sound effects to redirect the enemy's attention. I think it's funny as hell. You can also read about Operation Red Wing, Operation Popeye. There's so many of those operations that you can read about out of curiosity and learn some interesting things about our military here in the U.S. Plus, I'm sure if you get code names and such, you could probably find out things about the Russian military, the Ukraine military, like look up what the Azov Battalion is. And I'll just leave it at that. Once you read about that, you'll definitely have a different outlook on some of the things that are going on today if you have a good sense of judgment. But front of me now. This game actually has a lot of buildings you can go inside. So maybe Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to take a little bit of leverage from this game, from 5. Which I think 4 had a good chunk of buildings you could go inside to. Vice City had like 1 or 2. Now we gotta return the brick because that was the last car for the first round.
Good to see you.
Come on. Well, with a lot of regular folk messing their wheels, the brothers back in Belfast really appreciate your help.
Now, I think we'll run over here and try and knock out this son of a bitch. With a few throwing surprises. Cars, take turn. But I always, this one. It's a pain in the ass.
Huh?
Seen something. You don't belong here, friend. I'm not ready to die.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
You just think you're hid.
Huh?
Vito sends his regards. end this video after I chit chat with Vito. It cracks me up. Everybody goes for headshots in games, movies, which I mean, games, pretty much a headshot, in my opinion. At least most of the time in a decent game. But in reality, people here lately seem to be surviving a lot of headshots. Here in St. Louis, or here in the Missouri area, I keep seeing stories on the news about cops getting ambushed and shot in the head, and then months later they're getting out of the hospital and they're alive, which is a feat in itself. There really is somebody out there like Lincoln that survived a headshot straight to the forehead, still alive to talk about it. And you are one tough SOB. Spots in this game, it's very good detail on the graphics. Other spots, it's really
Still stomping. Thanks for taking care of that thing. I might have another job for you later.
Alright folks, that'll do it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.